Softly, which you may not have heard of. It didn't really make that much money, and I don't think it was widely released, but it stars Jackie Coogan. Jackie Cogan? His character's name's Jackie. He's an enforcer hired to restore order after 3 dumb guys rob a mob-protected card game, causing the local criminal economy to collapse. This movie is more of a collection of really, really well-acted scenes. It's not like a riveting action movie, but it does have some really good scenes, but mostly extremely well-acted scenes from Ben Middleton, Scoot McNairy, and James Gandolfini and Ray Liotta. So it has a sick squad behind him. James Gandolfini only has 2 or 3 scenes that really have nothing to do with the movie, but they're so fucking good. And Brad Pitt it's a well-acted movie and well-written dialogue-wise. It's just not the most riveting movie in the world, but it's really interesting. It's very different, and he has one of the best monologues in cinema at the end of the movie regarding America. It's pretty dope. You can check this out on Pluto or Tubi. Number 9, Megamind. Megamind! Evil genius Megamind, voiced by Will Ferrell, finally defeats his do-gooder nemesis Metro Man, but is left without a purpose in a superhero-free world. I only gave this 9, even though I think it would be higher, because to be honest, I don't remember the movie very well. I watched it with my friends in the dorm, probably drunk and high, and not remembering the movie very well. But I was like not interested in it, but a girl was like, "You got to put this movie on. It's great." And we watched it, and I was like, "This movie's fucking awesome." So I'm assuming I loved it. I remember saying Brad Pitt is so funny in this movie. So I got to rewatch Megamind, and you do too by watching it on HBO Max right now. All right. Now I can say from here on out, anytime I do a ranking, I am not like married to this is number 8, this is number 7. Number 7 is totally better than number 8. You can rearrange this any way, and I would probably accept it. It's because I'm very difficult when it comes to being like, yes, this is the best movie of them all. I change my mind. It's very I'm scared of commitment when it comes to rankings, but I think you'd be more interested in the original ranking ideas, such as number 8, the Ocean's Trilogy, with 1, yes, probably being the best, but growing up, Ocean's 12 was my favorite. I just think that we all can agree that 13, no. Most people hate 12. I love 12. 12 is awesome, and people like 13 more, but I really like 12. And this is called the top 10 Brad Pitt films and performances because this isn't really a performance of Brad Pitt. This is just Brad Pitt being like cool and Brad Pitty. But I just love the movies so much I had to include them. And it's fun seeing him and George Clooney act together. But I do love these films. You can watch them all on Netflix. Snatch, probably one of my favorite films. It's definitely one of my favorite films. In fact, it might be one of my favorite 7 films. But I put it at number 7 because he's not in it that much, and I've talked about this movie a bunch. It's about basically, it's a multi-canvas storytelling. Unscrupulous boxing promoters, violent bookmakers, a Russian gangster, incompetent amateur robbers, and supposedly Jewish jewelers fight to track down a priceless stolen diamond. Great MacGuffin. Excellent writing and direction from Guy Ritchie, produced by Matthew Vaughn, who did The Kingsman and Layer Cake and something else that I'm forgetting. I talked about this movie a bunch, but I love it. Brad Pitt is hilarious in this. He plays a pikey who you can't understand, but he's hardly in the movie, and it's not necessarily the best performance, but this is one of the best films for sure. You can check this one out on Pluto. Number 6, 7. I know it's weird that I did that, but I do love this movie I probably love this movie way more than the following movies we're going to do on this list. But 7, David Fincher, one of the best directors ever. And it's about 2 detectives with him and Morgan Freeman, a rookie and veteran, hunt a serial killer who uses the 7 deadly sins as his motives. If you love murder mysteries, if you love David Fincher and you haven't seen 7, you've been living under a fucking car that crashed onto a boulder that's in the canyon because 7 is dope. You've heard the term, what's in the box? That's this movie. Find out what's in the box by renting 7 right now. But if you want to do something a little more light that's based on a true story, that's more about dialogue than it is about the actual game of baseball. It is about baseball, but you don't see much baseball in it. I was shocked that I liked this movie because I'm not into sports. I do like baseball, but I just don't keep up on sports. But Moneyball is about the Oakland A's general manager Billy Beane's successful attempt to assemble a baseball team on a lean budget by employing computer-generated analysis to acquire new players, co-starring Jonah Hill. Excellent film. Not much else to say about it. I was shocked that I loved this film, but his performance was really good. The Jonah Hill was very good in it too. And it made me very envious of Jonah Hill at the time because he had Wolf of Wall Street come out around then. And it's like, dude, you got to work alongside Leo and Brad Pitt within 2 years, I believe, maybe in the same year. So good on you, Jonah Hill. Good on you. A great movie. Most people, like film nerds, know of this next one, but I don't think like it's the everyday folk that do. But one of his first performances before Brad Pitt became Brad Pitt was in a little movie called 12 Monkeys. It takes place in a future world devastated by disease. A convict played by Bruce Willis is sent back in time to gather information about the man-made virus that wiped out most of the human population on the planet. I don't remember this movie as I remember it pretty well, but I'm wondering how close to real life that it may be. But it was directed by Terry Gilliam, who did Brothers Grimm, Time Bandits, part of Monty Python, and Brazil. Great film. Great back in time movie. But this is number 4 because Brad Pitt's performance is why I put this movie up here. Don't get me wrong, 12 Monkeys is a great film, but Brad Pitt is so wild in this movie. It's very fun. You can rent it right now. And I think that this is people's number 1 Brad Pitt performance, and that's Burn After Reading, the Coen brothers comedy centered around a disc containing mysterious information from a CIA agent that ends up in the hands of 2 unscrupulous and daft gym employees who attempt to sell it, which stars him, Frances McDormand, J.K. Simmons, George Clooney, and John Malkovich. Excellent. It's not one of my favorite Coen brothers movies, but it is very funny, and he's the funniest part of it. Very shocking scene that happens when him and George Clooney get together on screen. You can check this out on Netflix. He's hilarious. Him alone is worth the movie. The movie in general is fun and whatnot. It's just very random, but I do dig it. He's the best part of it, though. Number 2 is honestly probably the best film out of all of these. And honestly, I should have chose this as number 1, but it's not his most memorable performance. Number 1 will probably be, but this is definitely the best film of this list. The Assassination of Jesse James by the coward Robert Ford. Shout out to Nick Kosky that reminded me of this film. He made his own top 10 most important films of the century because the New York Times, I believe, made a list recently, which we might talk about next week because I haven't looked at it yet. But I'm kind of interested. But he added this as like one of the most important movies made of the 20th century, 21st. I don't know. I don't get what the list was. This is a great film. I don't really need to. No, I'll read it. Robert Ford, who has idolized Jesse James since childhood, tries hard to join the resurgent gang of the Missouri Outlaw, but gradually becomes resentful of the bandit leader. This movie, absolutely, if it didn't, I don't remember, but if it didn't, it should have won Best Cinematography. It's one of the most beautiful films you ever watch. Acting is excellent. Direction is fantastic. It is a phenomenal film. So well made. Spoiler alert. Jesse James dies at the end. And obviously it's based on a true story. Very well made. I think I dislike Casey Affleck in real life, but I don't love his acting in general, but he is really good in this. But also Sam Rockwell's in it, and he's great. So I encourage you to watch The Assassination of Jesse James by the coward Robert Ford by renting it right now. And if you haven't seen it, number 1, Fight Club. I would tell you what this is about, but I'm not allowed to. Because the first rule is that you don't talk about Fight Club. And the second rule is you do not talk about Fight Club. But I will say this. Great film. And yeah, fuck it. This is probably his best performance. He's super fun. He's super wild. He's a badass. And great ending, but also great film from front to back. I love this movie. You can watch it on HBO Max and Hulu right now.